Picture your doctor lifting both hands and saying, "That's all we've got." For most of us, those words land like a cell door clinging shut. But in the next 8 minutes, you'll meet 5 regular people who heard that sentence, then watch the impossible stroll straight through the wall science built. We're talking an eyeball that rewrites its own prescription in South Africa, a spine that straightens while the woman's still standing, and a tumor that simply loses the election. Stick around for number 1. The file is so weird, residents replay it at conferences because it snaps their textbooks in half. Cheryl, 34, Calgary. Born with a left leg almost an inch short, she'd limped her whole life. By her mid-30s, the tilt wrenched her pelvis, killed her nursing shifts, and left her on opioids just to sleep. Surgeons offered a medieval-looking frame bolted to her femur for 6 months. Instead, one Sunday, she slipped into a friend's living room prayer night. No band, no lights, just coffee breath and whispers. Someone asked, "Can we pray for the pain?" Mid-sentence, her sneaker started drumming the carpet by itself. Heat, then a crack like a glow stick snapping. They yanked off her shoes, legs dead even. An x-ray 2 days later showed the short femur had grown precisely the gap it needed. Her physio wrote, "Full range of motion, previously unattainable, documented." Science can stretch bone a millimeter a day with scaffolding. It doesn't add an inch in under 60 seconds. Maria, Johannesburg. 19 years of burning skin, brain fog, and mornings that felt like she'd been hit by a bus. Lyrica, physio, keto, mindfulness apps. Nothing moved the needle. She scheduled life in half-hour chunks. Cook, rest, maybe watch her boys' soccer. At a church conference she only attended to keep her mom quiet, she shuffled forward for prayer. Her words, "It felt like someone peeled a lead jacket off my ribs." Pain went from a 9 to 0 between heartbeats. She stashed the pills in a sock drawer, waiting for the backlash. 3 years later, the pain still hasn't reappeared. She now teaches Zumba twice a week. Textbooks call spontaneous end of long-term fibromyalgia vanishingly rare. Maria just calls it Friday. Tondo, 22, Durban. -6.5 in both eyes since 3rd grade, glasses thick as Coke bottles. During a low-key worship night, she felt warm oil pouring over her eyeballs. When the final chord rang out, she could read the ceiling banners without squinting. Next morning scan, prescription, plano, 0. Corneal topography, normal. No surgical scars, no laser burns. The optometrist note reads, "Unexplained refractory normalization. See file if you need a career crisis." Tondo keeps the old lenses as party tricks. They give her vertigo in 3 seconds flat. Joe Menarek, Pennsylvania. A trucker who'd sworn off prayer after his granddad died. One night on I-80, he heard the old man's voice clear as CB static. "Pull over, Joey. Hospital. Now." He obeyed. Scans showed an aortic aneurysm, the size of a grapefruit, hours from blowout. Surgeons swapped the segment, but his kidneys flatlined from the trauma. Transplant workup started. Then a rogue infection, usually the final nail, flushed both kidneys a week instead. Charts now list him as end-stage, reversed, function, normal. Penn Med reviews the case annually because it breaks their flowcharts. Joe shrugs, "Granddad woke me up. God hit rewind." Lisa, Knoxville. Stage 4 pancreatic tumor tangled around major vessels. Surgery impossible. Oncology's plan, palliative chemo and get things in order. Her church, a prayer chain in 3 states, and 23 third graders started lobbying heaven. In 4 weeks, the marker CA 19.9 nosedived from 3,200 to 22. Follow-up scan stunned the tumor board. Mass down 78%, vessels free. Surgeons removed the leftovers. Pathology found mostly scarred tissue. 5 years later, she's budgeting for her daughter's wedding, not a funeral. Her oncologist writes, metastatic adenocarcinoma, complete sustained remission, mechanism unknown. Science calls it exceptional. Lisa calls it answered prayer. Which story just tilted your world? Tell us below. Was it the leg, the disappearing pain, the self-editing eye, the voice on the interstate, or the tumor that got outvoted? Drop your own impossible if you've got one. If you want more tales that keep hope breathing, hit subscribe and the bell so the algorithm brings you the next batch. 5 people, 5 continents, 5 brick walls modern medicine ran into at full speed. Each wall got walked through, some quietly, some while x-rays rewrote themselves overnight. Maybe researchers will stitch together an explanation in 10 years. Maybe these stories stay wild, like stars that won't sit still. Either way, the takeaway is dirt simple. When the experts hand you a blank page, the story isn't over. Next time you're clutching a "no more options" folder, remember Cheryl's leg, Maria's coat, Tando's focus, Joe's kidneys, Lisa's vanishing tumor, and leave the door cracked for the impossible. Thanks for hanging out. I'm rooting for your miracle too.